Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna roast some chicken legs and steam some vegetables on the stove, and that's what I plan to eat for the next couple of days. There are 7 drumsticks in my basin down here in the sink. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is it. Okay, with vinegar and water because that's how I wash my meat. And I'm going to season it very basic because I kind of want that classic baked chicken taste. And then I'm going to put it in the oven, let it roast and get tender. And then I'm going to steam the vegetables. This isn't a fancy meal or anything like that. This is just my way of preparing something healthy for myself so that I can, stay on course with my diet over the weekend. And because here it is, it's Wednesday. So I'm going to eat this Thursday, Friday, and probably Saturday. Now you might say, that's not enough food for the next few days. Remember, this is in conjunction with me eating breakfast, and I might eat, egg whites, bacon for even lunch, or maybe a salad or something like that. And this may be dinner or lunch. I don't tend to over food prep because what happens is a lot of times I don't get around to it, and that creates waste. So I don't like to do that. So anyway, this is how I clean my chicken. I don't know if you guys see, you peel the skin back, get under that, and all that yellow slimy stuff, you want to make sure you get that off of your chicken. Okay, and feathers and all of that, you don't want to eat feathers. I'm starting to get tired of chicken, quite honestly, but I mean, it's a cheap, affordable protein, and starting to get tired of fish too. So I don't know, but I eat what I have in the freezer. Okay, and I eat a lot of fish, chicken, ground turkey. Those are the basics. That's what I eat. But you always want to make sure that you wash your meat. You get underneath the skin, you get all that slimy stuff, and before you know it, you'll be finished. But washing your meat is extremely important. Yes, I touched my faucet knobs and everything like that, but all of that will get clean and stuff like that. Now see, my pan right next to me, what I do is I put my chicken in there, then we'll be good to go. But the main thing, you want to clean any excess fat off of it like that. See? Get all of that off of your chicken. You want to clean your meat. And it doesn't take long to do it. But there's vinegar and water in this white basin that I have down here in the sink. Okay? And then when I'm ready to clean up, I'll take bleach sometimes, or even that vinegar. Cleaning with vinegar, that'll kill germs too, but you want to make sure your stuff is clean that you're eating. You don't want to, that slime that's underneath your chicken, can't eat that. And again, you're still checking for feathers. Okay? Sometimes I'll put slits in my chicken as well to make sure that maybe the seasoning gets down in there and all of that. Okay? But this isn't a hard meal to make. I'm not doing anything special. This is just me engaging with you guys and showing you what a simple meal is for me. I've been trying to lean off of the carbs, and I've been doing pretty good at it. Actually, I'm currently 85 pounds down. I started at 257, and now I'm currently like 171. Took a while to get there, but consistency. I don't drink soda. Haven't been drinking juice. Water. In addition to that, maybe some coffee with no sugar, of course. And Crystal Light or something like that, and that's once in a while. I just prefer water mainly. But sometimes I do want something sweet, you know. Okay? Peel this back, because this is a fat drumstick. See? And when you dip your chicken in and out of the water, what will happen is a lot of the times this will stick up, you know, the feathers, and you get to see it better if the feathers are still present, you know. That helps. Okay? And what you can do is take your knife and put slits in your chicken like that, so you can get the seasoning down in there. Just like this. Okay? You know, that's just an option. You don't have to do it. I'm just showing you that, you know. So, we're going to dump that. Make sure no chicken fat clogs the sink, even though it's kind of going down without a problem. Still. I'm going to wash my hands. Okay. I wait until after my meat is in the oven for me to start spraying disinfectant around and stuff like that, and cleaning, because you don't want that to get in your food. So that's off to the side and stuff, and my chicken is clean, everything, you know, in my pan and all of that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, I have just a little bit left too. Crazy. I got to go to the store. I don't need much because it's going to produce its own fat. When you're trying to lose weight and stuff like that, you want to make sure that you don't do too much. And what I mean by that is adding stuff that you don't necessarily need. The chicken is going to produce its own fat. Okay? You know, it's going to get crispy and colorful and all of that stuff. I promise you. I do have my oven, my air fryer over there, but I'm choosing to use the oven on purpose because, you know, I don't feel like cleaning the air fryer. Plus, you know, like I said, I just was in the mood for some classic roasted chicken. As a matter of fact, while I'm talking to you, let me preheat my oven. Okay? So I got the oven preheated, and we're going to start off with some black pepper. Because roasted chicken, you got to have black pepper, okay? And some parsley flakes, that's important. Not because it adds too much flavor to it, it's just something about it. I don't know. But, you know, it's something that I always kind of have to do. Paprika, of course, that's for color. Okay? Then this is the last of my meat tenderizer, and I figured that I'd use it and hurry up and throw this container in the trash or whatever. Now, do not underestimate the amount of salt that's in this, because I'm quite sure that was a substantial amount. So when it comes to this adobo, I'm going to make sure that I don't add too much. I'm going to be very light-handed. And one of the ways that you can gauge whether or not you're putting, you're not putting too much seasoning is by putting it in your hand sometimes. You get to see what you're going to put on your chicken before you, or your meat, before you do it, so that you don't end up with a salty finish and you say, oh my God, I put way too much. And then, you know, your food is salty. If you got high blood pressure or something like that, that's a big no-no. Okay, so that probably wasn't even a teaspoon. Probably it could have been. I doubt it. So that's enough seasoning. And if you find that you want more seasoning after the fact, then by all means add a little salt and pepper if the seasoning that you put on there was not enough. But you don't want to go crazy with it and over season your food, and then it's not even edible because you just went too far with the seasonings. I've done that before. I used to have a heavy hand, and in some cases I still do. But what I'll do is I will I'm heavy-handed with things like garlic powder, onion powder, stuff like that that doesn't have any salt, and that's okay, you know. Now these are flavor cubes. One is garlic. Okay, and look. That's a waste, I know. I don't even know, you know. But that's my way of kind of, like I said. Now this won't break apart. This is the onion cube. Let's see. Oh, it's breaking up a little bit. Kind of hard. But you know what? I can use that in my vegetables. So I'm going to sit this right here. Clean up. If you ever find, there has been instances where, let me sit that off to the side, where I have made something too salty and I won't eat it. I'll throw it in the trash. And I'm somebody, guys, when I tell you I do not like to waste food, I do not like to waste food. I wasn't raised like that. But if it's too salty to the point where, you know, it puts your health in jeopardy, leave it there. You know, it's not, as much as you don't want to go against principle, you don't want to put your health in jeopardy either, you know? Okay? So, did I miss a feather? Yes, I did. Okay? So you don't have to flip the chicken over and all you have to do is massage it. That's it. You know what I mean? And pull the skin over it. Okay? So that's good to go. Alright? Clean my hands. And then what I'm going to do is cover it tightly with aluminum foil, because what that's going to do is allow the chicken to get tender. It's going to allow it to roast and get tender, and then at some point I can take the aluminum foil off and then allow it to brown. So that's what we're going to do. Tight, just like that. Put it in the oven. One second. Let me get my bleach. 1 second. Okay. Put some bleach in that same basin. It doesn't take much to sanitize things. But that's what you're going to do. You clean as you go in your kitchen. And what you'll find is that you don't have a mess. But when you're cooking like poultry and stuff like that, bleach is your best friend. You don't need to have so much to the point where you're choking and coughing, but enough to the point where you can smell it and you know that you are sanitizing your kitchen. So now that I have that out of the way. By the way, I have some leftover quinoa and mixed with brown rice and mixed vegetables that I made the other day. So I eat that with my roasted chicken and my steamed vegetables, okay? That's what I do. All right, so we're going to start this up. Uh-oh, wrong stuff, wrong burner. Start it low. And what we're going to do is take the rest of this oil, okay? And we are going to fry some onions. Okay? Put Put that on there. Like I said, clean as you go, guys. Clean as you go. After you're done with your kitchen, you should never have a big mess. If you clean as you go. By the way, I bought this sponge. I have backup sponges, but I bought it from, I think, Marshall's, or where it doesn't, some, what is it called? Antibacterial sponges. They're really good. They don't hold smells or anything like that. Even though I clean them with Clorox and stuff like that. But I'm just saying. So I'm going to take my spoon, and that cube over there, I didn't forget about it. I might use that. I am new to YouTube, guys, and I can't wait to do more videos and engage with people because it's something that I really like. I'm a people person. And I don't claim to be an expert on everything. It's just that I show people how I do things. And that's that, you know? That's just, that's just it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? So, that was a bag and a half of vegetables. And this is my way of making sure that I'm getting the vegetables in. Because, guys, you don't want to know how often, I'll look around and say, oh, my God, when was the last time I really had some vegetables? So that was some black pepper. And I'm going to take a little bit of this adobo. Just a little bit. Okay? Not much. Okay? And a little bit of this Creole seasoning. Just a little bit. Okay? Parsley flakes. I'll use some of that. Comment down below and tell me what is your simple go-to meal that is healthy, budget-friendly, something that you find yourself making a lot when, maybe there's not much in the fridge. Because I know that chicken is something that practically everybody has. I can't break this, so you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Throw it in the trash. I've had them for quite some time. And look at this. See, I touched it when I was cleaning the chicken. And you never know when you might pick the bottle back up. You could be baking or doing something, and next thing you know, you pick it back up without remembering that you had raw chicken last time, and next thing you know, you're contaminating things. So you want to make sure that you wipe down your stuff. Wipe down your seasonings and all of that before you put it back in the cabinet. Okay? So, like I said, this isn't something that's gourmet. I don't claim for it to be. It's just something simple that I'm showing you guys. And like I said, believe it or not, yes, I'm going to eat off of this probably for the next 3 days because, with me, I'm just going to add just a little bit of water. Just a little bit. With me eating salads, I keep boiled eggs in my refrigerator. I have black bean, corn, and tomato salsa that I've been eating off of. And I also have some quinoa and brown rice mixture with mixed vegetables that I've been eating off of. So all of those different things that I have, the only thing that I was getting low on was some cooked protein, and I got the chicken in the oven. Trust me, and in my turkey bacon, sometimes I will cook a few pieces of that and eat it, with egg whites or my boiled eggs. Trust me when I tell you, I'm eating plenty. For those of you who are looking at this and saying it doesn't look like very much. So I'll be back with the finished product, guys. Bye.